Hi, fourth and fifth grade leaders. It's Megan this week. I've got a great kind of like icebreaker entry activity, especially as we start to have more and more kiddos join us at the end of summer. I've got some plain paper in our curriculum box, and you're going to encourage them with the different markers and pencils and stuff that I have to write their name in bubble letters. And then you're going to challenge them. They've got to transform their name into something totally different. So something with a new purpose. And so instead of just being like Megan, I could maybe turn this into like a semi truck and have them turn with the door open, and they can create and transform their name into something else that has a different purpose. And then give them a few minutes to transform their names, color it in, and then when they're finished, invite them to share what their name is and what the new purpose of their bubble letter name is. All right, and our entry game, just like last week, if you happened to catch it, was super fun. We had different things we were painting. This week, we are doing a game called Rapid Shapes, and I do have the 1-minute timer on our slides for a fun countdown, and it's got some music to it, so it kind of keeps them entertained. But the Rapid Shapes game is they have 1 minute to have 2 teams. So you're going to have a total of 6 volunteers. So round 1, you'll invite 2 volunteers up, and then you'll have the room divided in half, and they'll cheer on their teammate. And then they get to use the painter's tape that I have out, and they're going to create their first shape, which is a globe. And you're going to put their 1-minute timeline on, countdown, and you can be like, if they start putting like Antarctica or something, like, oh, is that Antarctica? I see. All right, I see the North Pole. It's amazing. And then you're going to call up to when that 1 minute is done, you'll pull the poster board down, and I have the next one already prepped for you. First service, you're on one side. Second service, if you come in, I have it on the other side already prepped for you on the back side of the whiteboard, so you don't have to worry about getting anything taped up. And then you guys can just come up with different shapes that they have to use the tape to create on their poster boards, like maybe a face, an ocean wave, a church, a dog, a mountain, things like that. Or they can even shout out and contribute to something that would be a feasible option. And so that's our icebreaker activity to move into then the so-and-so show. All right, and then when we're all done with our worship and our declarations in the so-and-so show, you guys are gonna want to divide into 2 teams again, and I would suggest going into our wide open space, because what they're going to do is they're going to attempt to write out Jesus using their bodies. So they might be lying on the floor, they might be standing up. We did something like this actually at 5th grade retreat, and it was really fun and super interesting to kind of see how their brains work and how to process it. And then honestly, who jumps in and takes a leadership role and just takes charge and makes it happen. It sometimes surprises us who all of a sudden is like, oh, I've got this, let me, and they just go ahead and they direct. So something that's super fun, and turn it into a race. If you feel inclined, and yeah, let's see what they do. All right, this activity is super interesting and should be kind of fun to see what they do. It's called Create a Trophy. And so back by the sink, I've got a large stack of Solo cups. And so you're gonna give each one of them a Solo cup. I've got tinfoil sheets. I also have rolls of tinfoil. Excuse me. And then I also have a sticker for each one, and it is created for a purpose. It's Ephesians 2:10 and 1 Timothy 4:12. And you're going to give them the directions and encourage them to sculpt something that represents something special about who God made them to be. So like a talent, a hobby, a personality trait, like being a good friend, funny, great at soccer, something like that. And then I've got glue dots. So what they'll do is they'll take their tinfoil statues, and they will then use glue dots to stick it to their trophy base. And then they'll have their sticker to put on their trophy base as well. All right, and then we also have our kind paper. There's one for every kiddo, and I would like you to point out that the letters K, N, and D are solid, but the letter I is just an outline. And you're going to challenge them to spend a few minutes quietly thinking about what they had learned today. They're going to fill the outline of the I with specific ways that they can be kind and live out their purpose this week. They can use words or simple drawings. So like listen to my mom, share my video game, ask the new kid to sit with me, things like that. And then this is a great time for us to have the soaking music, the 3-hour worship music that is at the very end of the playlist. Just have that on for some peaceful time. And then it all starts with knowing who I am in Jesus is what gives me the power to be kind to others. And then you can end in prayer. I am so thankful to be serving alongside all of you this weekend, and I can't wait to see what the Lord does with our ministry. God bless you.